You're live.
Make me a co-host so that I can record. Okay. Hello there, and welcome back to Olumba Television. And today is yet another day. We've got interesting stories for your listening pleasure. And my name is Angel Lady. Well, it's a Friday, and we've decided to come up with something that will relax your frail nerves some more. And so let's see the story before we dive into the details of what we've got for you today. All right, a quick look at the screen, and you'll see what's happening. Some sort of a drama going on here. Look at that. Who does that? You're trying to pull a whole horse into a tricycle. Well, I wouldn't know where that happens. Only somewhere around Nigeria. All right, that's it on our comic section for today. Now let's head straight over to what we've got for you on the news today. Well, on the news, we've also gathered that one interesting story just popped up, and I would like to share the story with you straight away so you'd see for yourself as well. You know, we want you to be part of our stories. We want you to get it firsthand. So here we are. We have the story from Femi Gbajabiamila's Twitter thread, and this one says, "A horrible incident has taken place. This evening, as I left the National Assembly, I stepped as usual to exchange pleasantries with the newspaper vendors at the corner. Many of them have known me since I first moved to Abuja, and it was a friendly exchange. Unfortunately, after the convoy set out in continuation of movement, unidentified men obstructed the convoy, which got the attention of security men in the convoy, who shot into the air to dispatch them. Some hours later, after getting to our destination, it was brought to my attention that someone was hit by a stray bullet. Contrary to an earlier report by men in the convoy that this applied their security discretion to shoot in the air. Alright, so this is the response that he got from Bumi Okunawo. Bumi says, "Thanks for acknowledging it. It makes sense now why there's a protest for hashtag ends police brutality, hashtag ends right in your face. They shot sporadically into the air and killed a vendor. All Nigerian police force needs to be subjected to psychiatric tests. Amend Police Act again." Okay, and let's look at this one before we invite a conversation or a contribution from someone who's right by the corner waiting. This is what we are talking about when we say hashtag EndSARS. It is about police brutality in its entirety. What happened to getting into your car, which is bulletproof for sure, and driving away? Are you dispersing the crowd with gunshots? Were they armed? You were complicit to murder. Okay, so let's quickly bring in Mr. Dan to talk some more on this story we've got right here today concerning the shootout and the shots in the air and the outcome of it. Let's see if we can get some reactions from Mr. Dan, who's standing by the corner to be part of a discussion for this afternoon. Before we head into other stories that we've got for you, remember this is Olumba Television, and you can also follow our Instagram page, like our Facebook page, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll be the first to get all of our gist as it drops. Yes, when you turn on the notification, every of our posts gets to you first before someone else does hear about it. So hit the subscription button and you'll be getting notified when next we come on air. And my name is still Angel Lady. And we're talking about the news today. What's trending? What are people talking about? What's happening there? What's out there? Well, while we wait for Mr. Donald to join us in that conversation, let's go forward to some other stories that we've got for you. Now, this story is coming from a Olumba Television newspaper site, so you can read it up as well. The site for you to visit is www.ilumba.com. That's where you go to for you to get information and every of our posts that we drop on the newspaper site. Okay, so on the site we have Northern Governors greet Jonathan at 63. We also have breaking Justice Salome Pro panel present report on Magu to Buhari. And here we have Senator Ndoma Eba's wife that is in a fatal motor crash. And we have Lai Mohammed's outburst against CNN is irrational and unwarranted, says Huriwa. Okay? And we also have still on Elumba television news sites, ex-minister Obi Ezekwesili reacts as FG threatens to sanction CNN. We'll give you details of the story as we progress. And we also have ex-Nupeng boss kidnapped, killed by unknown gunmen in Rivers. Lekki massacre. We stand by our report, CNN replies federal government. And the Kaduna state government has suspended Wazirin Zazal. All the stories you can get on Elumba television site. Now let's go to our special report section. On our special report section, we have how Fashola got enmeshed in 4.6 billion naira fraud. And we also have I gave 11.18 million naira to Saraki. EFCC witness tells court. Over 60 now killed, 90 to 100 injured in Obibo army massacre. And how SAS officer killed my Canada-bound brother. And still on the special report, how Fashola got enmeshed in 4.6 billion naira public fund theft saga. Okay, let's move forward to the politics section of Elumba television news site. Ohaneze election, Wodo in secret plot with Southeast governors. Omahi defected to APC in obedience to God's will. Omahi bars supporters from castigating NAS members. Omahi's defection, Wike 8 more PDP governors to join APC. How true can that be? Well, you have to read it up so you get first-hand information. And on our press statements, we have Lai Mohammed's outburst against CNN is irrational and unwarranted. We'll take that story to give you details as we progress as well. And court adjourns 5.6 billion naira fraud case against Dasuki's aid till 2021. And on the global scene, we have Georgia confirms Biden's victory after recount. ECOWAS court orders Nigeria to pay 10 million naira each to 2 persons. And Green Revolution UK to ban petrol diesel cars from 2030. Where is Nigeria in all of this? Okay, so let's people are done to see if he's ready and available right now, but if not, we'll move on to the details of the stories that we just told you from the site. Okay, we have done right here. You're welcome, sir.
Hello.
Good to have you. So we have the story on Gbajabiamila saying that his aide shoots sporadically into the air, and there was a victim as he was informed right after he got to his destination, and his convoy had already told him earlier that there was no casualty. But subsequent reports did mention that there was a dead person in that incident. What do you have to say on this?
Well, my area of interest is actually the press statement we received from the FCT police this morning. A press statement sent to Elumba newsroom said the police didn't shoot newspaper vendor. And what the FCT police commander basically saying is that a preliminary police investigation into alleged shooting of a newspaper vendor by a member of the Speaker of House of Rep security details tends to suggest that the suspect is not a police officer. So let me read exactly what the FCT police command said. Quote, the FCT police command wishes to unequivocally refute the allegation making rounds among sections of the media that the police officer attached to the convoy of the Speaker of the House of Representatives shot at the newspaper vendor within the 3-armed zone on Thursday, 19th November 2020. Contrary to the misleading information preliminary investigation into the unfortunate incident reveals that the security aide who shot at the vendor is not a member of the Nigeria Police Force. However, the Commissioner of Police, FCT, Commissioner of Police Bala Shiroma has ordered a discreet investigation into the incident. Now, my question will be, why will the FCT Police Commander Abuja deny that the horrible shooting didn't happen, didn't come from the Nigeria Police?
One of
Now, let's look at what the Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila posted again on the Twitter, as you rightly pointed out earlier. The Speaker said, a horrible incident has taken place. Well, you have already said what he said. After the convoy set out, unidentified men obstructed the convoy of the Speaker. And then hours later, it was brought to his attention that someone was hit by a stray bullet, contrary to an earlier report by men in the convoy that they applied their security discretion to shoot in the air. Now, the security details attached to the Speaker clearly say that they shot in the air. And now, if the FCT Police Command is saying that the stray bullet that killed the vendor does not come from the police officers attached to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, well, the reasonable question will be, so which bullet now killed the vendor? Well, possibly, well, we know that there are maybe DSS agents, DSS security details attached to the
that's
Speaker's
true.
convoy, or I don't know whether the members of the military forces are attached to the Speaker's convoy, or we don't even know. Does it mean that the Speaker hired other bodyguards who are not security agents, who are not protecting the Speaker? So who released the bullet that killed
Yet
the,
another
yeah.
question, and we'll be needing another investigation there.
Yeah, so I'm interested to know, please. Let's ask the FCT Police Commissioner if the stray bullet that killed that newspaper vendor did not come from the police, then whose bullet was that? That is the question the Lambert Television will put forward to the FCT Police Commissioner to tell us, please. That's my area.
And we will be hoping for the response of the FCT Police Commissioner on that story. And of course, that it comes, we will give you the follow up. I will follow the story up and give you updates as they drop on Elomba Television. Okay, so I would likely want to look at a response from Nigerians to the minister's tweet. The speaker did make this tweet, and people have come up to say, "Here we have the right honorable speaker. I will advise you not to be unfortunate. This your narration sounds like an afterthought to vindicate yourself. Your security oddly should be brought to book. When will the ordinary Nigerian stop being killed by a nation that ought to protect him?" Did you come to share that your security is murderer, or you came to tell us that they will have the penalty of either killing or shooting at the alleged hoodlum? Well, these are reactions from Nigerians on the Twitter handle of the speaker. And Elumba Television will bring you follow-up of the story as it unfolds. Now we move on to the national.
Sorry, please. Let me also point out at another person. If the speaker, I don't know anybody who has been to the three armed zone where this happened. It's a restricted area in Abuja, Federal Territory. What you have at the three armed zone is only the Supreme Court, the State House, and the National Assembly. It's a restricted area. Now, why wouldn't the speaker endure a few minutes discomfort of being in a traffic slowdown? Now, if you're a security detail wanted to disperse, want to start past traffic so that you will rush to wherever is it that you are going, is it necessary to release live bullets into the air? Why would security details release live bullets into the air? Why can't you simply say, come down from your vehicles, move, get the traffic moving, so that the speaker will continue on his journey? It's amazing.
Yeah. Really going through that Twitter thread, a lot of response from Nigerians. Many are saying a lot of things. Why should they shoot into the air to dispatch? Are they armed? These are questions Nigerians are asking. If the vendor or the people that came close to the speaker are armed, of course, it's when you see someone armed around you that you get sense and want to respond or defend yourself before you get attacked. So, these are questions from Nigerians as well. Do you expect your bullets to stay in the air? Check what projectile motion means. You people see ordinary Nigerians as wild animals you can shoot and kill for your safety. In your message, there is no punishment for the killer, no justice for the dead, and the best you can do is to tweet. Hmm. Well, like we promised, we'll bring you the details of this story because a lot of stories will come up from these, and Nigerians will pour out a lot and some more. And as these stories will coming up, we'll be giving you the updates. So you'd always have to stay around. And like I told you earlier, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'd get this information. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and you'd get all our stories every day. We bring them to you. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel, for your time and for your contribution to this conversation today. Now let's go over to the other story I told you we'll bring the details to you. This story is on Lai Mohammed's response to the CNN investigation. Let's quickly look at it. Lai Mohammed's outburst against CNN is irrational and unwarranted, says Hurua. Now let's look at the details of the story. Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, Hurua, has strongly condemned the Minister of Information and Culture, Mr. Lai Mohammed, for attacking CNN over the investigation report on Lekki massacre. Hurua described the outburst of Lai Mohammed against the investigative report of CNN as unbridled, irrational, irresponsible, emotional, and totally provocative. Recall that CNN had reported on the alleged shooting of peaceful protesters on Lekki Toll Gate by the Nigerian army. Emmanuel Onwubiko, the national coordinator of Hurua, in a statement sent to Elumba News, said, "It is shameful that rather than applaud and commend the CNN for its deployment of the highest quality of technology to ascertain what exactly took place on October 20th at Lekki Toll Gate, Lagos State, a cabinet-level minister in Nigeria paid by the public is rather engaging in warfare against the public." What took place today as press conference by the minister has nothing informative and cultural about it, but rather we will look at it from the dimension of cultural tyranny that was displayed by this person who parades himself as the Minister of Information. He should cover himself in shame. The reason for saying this is that the minister is promoting misinformation by fighting qualitative dissemination of information, as was done by the cable news network CNN. One would have expected that a government that is working to promote the welfare of the Nigerian people should be exceedingly happy that the CNN has helped us to expose the hidden information by the characters that unleashed violence on the people at the October 20th, 2020. The characters that carried out the attack against the Nigerian people on October 2020 at 20th of October 2020 rather, at the Lekki Tollgate had actually carried out an act of active sabotage by removing the CCTV. So, it was a state-sponsored attack against the people, which was meant to be concealed, but luckily, CNN has used its superior scientific equipment to decode what exactly took place, and instead of the government to use this great information to reach a quick determination on how to deliver social justice and then deal with those who killed peaceful protesters in Lekki Toll Gates, Lagos, on October 20th. The central government, which focuses on irrelevance and deceit, has come out to attack the truth. The verbal attack against the CNN by Lai Mohammed is an evidence that the government knew what happened to the protesters on October 20th, because only the guilty are afraid. Why is the federal government of President Muhammadu Buhari afraid of the truth? When conscience is an open wound, which only truth can heal, we are totally disappointed at the show of shame and the shamelesser verbal diarrhea of the Buhari's media spin doctor against one of the global media leaders, the cable news network of Atlanta, USA. All right, so that's the detailed story on the response of the information minister on CNN's investigation. Now we move on to the next story. Ex-minister Obi Ezekwesili reacts as FG threatens to sanction CNN. While she's been quiet, she said nothing is all, and now we have her contributing her 2 cents. Let's see the details of the story right here. Former Minister of Education Obi Ezekwesili has reacted to the threat by the Nigerian government to sanction CNN. The threat was issued by the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, in reaction to an investigative report by CNN on the alleged Lekki shooting of peaceful #EndSARS protesters. Speaking at a press conference on Tuesday, Lai Mohammed said, "Like everyone else, I watched the CNN report. I must tell you that it reinforces the disinformation that is going round, and it is blatantly irresponsible and a poor piece of journalistic work by a reputable international news organization." CNN engaged in credible sensationalism and did a great disservice to itself and to journalism. In the first instance, CNN, which touted its report as an exclusive investigative report, sadly relied on the same videos that have been circulating on social media without verification. This is very serious, and CNN should be sanctioned for that. Reacting to the minister's statement, Ezekwesili, through her verified Twitter handle, described it as comedic. Sanction CNN laughs. But then again, it is not even funny because it is too serious a matter to allow for the comedy. What's really the point of the independent panel of inquiry if the at Nigerian government at FNIC Nigeria have already closed their mouths to information based on evidence, she tweeted. That's the former Minister of Education's response to that. Now let's move on to the next story, which is ex-Nupeng boss kidnapped, killed and by unknown gunmen in Rivers State. The details of the story. Former Nupeng chairman and retired Shell staff ETK Ama has been kidnapped and assassinated by unknown gunmen in Rivers State. Alumba News gathered that ETK Ama was kidnapped in Port Harcourt on Wednesday evening and reportedly shot to death by the hoodlums. The former Nupeng boss was kidnapped along Nguve-Woji axis to an unknown destination. However, after Ama was whisked away by his abductors, his lifeless body was sighted on Thursday morning along Woji Bridge, linking Odili Road. That's it on the kidnap case. Now we'll move on to the next story, which is Lekki massacre. We stand by our report, says CNN. Let's get the details. CNN, an international cable news network, has said this report on the alleged shooting of peaceful #EndSARS protesters by soldiers at the Lekki toll gate was carefully and meticulously researched. CNN stated this in a report on Thursday in response to comments by the Nigerian Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, that the news platform practiced irresponsible journalism by relying on fake videos sourced from social media to produce its reports. CNN had published an investigative report this week claiming that soldiers fired live ammunition directly at protesters at the Lekki toll gate, a claim which Lai Mohammed denied on Thursday. Like everyone else, I watched the CNN report. I must tell you that it reinforces the disinformation that is going around and is blatantly irresponsible and a poor piece of journalistic work by a reputable international news organization, Mohammed told reporters at a press conference in Abuja today. This is very serious, and CNN should be sanctioned for that, he added. Reacting to the threat of Lai Mohammed, CNN in a statement titled, "Nigeria threatens CNN with sanction, but provides no evidence. Lekki tollgate investigation is inaccurate." The cable news network noted that it stands by its earlier report on the Lekki incident. "Our report was carefully and meticulously researched, and we stand by it," CNN stated. It added the report was based on testimony from dozens of witnesses and photos and videos obtained and geolocated by CNN. It painted a picture of how members of the Nigerian army and the police shot at the crowd, killing at least one person and wounding dozens more. CNN verified photos and videos acquired from multiple eyewitnesses and protesters using timestamps and other data from the video files. Video footage shows soldiers who appear to be shooting in the direction of protesters, and accounts from the eyewitnesses established that after the army withdrew, a second round of shooting happened later in the evening. Prior to publishing the report, CNN tried multiple times to elicit comment from the Nigerian army and police. A Lagos State police spokesman declined to comment because of an ongoing investigation, while a statement from the Lagos State government said that there will be no comment while a judicial tribunal was underway. The Lekki incident has been condemned locally and internationally by civil rights organizations. And that's the report or the response of CNN. Now we'll move to the next story, which says the Kaduna state government is suspended Waziri Zawzaw. Let's get the details. Waziri Zawzaw Alhaji Ibrahim Aminu has been suspended by the Kaduna state government. A letter of suspension was sent to him from the Ministry of Local Government. The letter was signed by the Permanent Secretary Musa Adamu on behalf of the Commissioner of the Ministry of Local Government and that of Chieftaincy Affairs, Jafaru Sani. Waziri Zawzaw is a kingmaker and the chairman of the Kingmakers of Zawzaw Emirates. The other four kingmakers, Limamin Gari, Alhaji Dalhatu Kazim, Limamin Kona, Muhammad Aliyu, Makama Karami, Alhaji Muhammad Abbas, and Fagashin Zawzaw, Alhaji Umar Muhammad. Waziri chaired the selection process of the new Emir of Zawzaw, Waziri Limamin Kona, and Limamin Juma voted for Iyan Zawzaw, while Fagashi voted for Yerima and Makama Karami or for Turaki. However, Governor El Rufai refused to consider the selection and appointed Ambassador Bamali, despite not being considered by the kingmakers. The wrongful appointment has led to an expected lawsuit, and this pre-trial hearing will begin on 11th December 2020 at the Kaduna State High Court. The lawsuit included 11 defendants, including the 5 kingmakers. The kingmakers has taken their independent lawyers, where they all signed a witness statement on oath. It is understood that the new Emir and the state government have been threatening the kingmakers to change their lawyers for the state attorney so that they can change the signed statement of oath. The threat by the Emir and the state government is what has led to the letter of query on 12 November 2020. So far, one kingmaker has accepted to take the state attorney. The High Court of Justice in Dogarawa was also ransacked over the weekend, but nothing was taken as all the documents were kept away from the court. It is not clear what will be done with the rest of the 3 kingmakers, but we remain vigilant to report. They truly need your prayers because their lives are in danger. And off we go to the next story that we've got for you. And on this story, we have breaking Justice Salami Pro Panel Present Report on Magu to Buhari. President Muhammadu Buhari has received the reports of the Justice Ayo Salami-led Pro Panel on alleged corruption charges against suspended acting chairman of the EFCC, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ibrahim Magu, at the State House in Abuja. In a ceremony in the Executive Council chambers of the State House, the panel led by Justice Salami will be handing boxes of documents, believed to be volumes of the report, to the president. The investigative panel was constituted by President Muhammadu Buhari in July and given 45 days to carry out the assignment, but the time frame was extended further after the panel requested more time. Magu was accused of corruption and abuse of office by the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami. And that's it on the report on the story of Justice Salami's Pro Panel presents report on Magu to Buhari. Okay, so if you just joined us, this is Alumba Television, and we've been talking to you on what's trending, what's happening today. We told you about Gbajabiamila's response to the news making round on the Twitter that is his convoy shooting at a newspaper vendor. We also told you about the response of Lai Mohammed to CNN investigative report and more. Of course, we'll bring another news your way again, but we would say you stay safe. But then, do remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, like our Facebook page, and this way you'd get all of our news as it comes. Until I come your way again, I'm saying thank you so much. My name is Angel Lady. Stay safe and bye now.